Well, welcome to the Not Danny Quist talk. If you checked your schedule, you'll see that on the paper schedule, and on the iPhone DEFCON app, it says Danny Quist. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it today for whatever reason. I wish him the best. I hope he's okay. If you checked the Confu app, you'll see that I'm actually listed. And my name is Josh Marpet, and I'm here to talk about facial recognition. And we're going to discuss all sorts of different things about it. But before I get started, I should let you know a couple of things. One, this is an audience interactive demo. It's right over there. If you want to play with a commercial grade face detection system, I have paper, markers, balloons. Please go to town. This is encouraged, okay? Please don't snag my markers. I need them for the next talk. I'm actually talking again at 11 o'clock. So this is my little bit of administrivia. There will be no Q&A for this talk. The Q&A will be held by you following my butt running down the hall to the Sky Talk. That's Skybox 206, I believe. I'm going to be giving a similar talk. This one is about the technology of facial recognition and facial detection, face detection and face tracking. The next talk is going to be about the legalities of facial recognition, video surveillance, and all that kind of fun stuff. Photographers' rights, things like that. So if either of those topics interest you, sit through this one, enjoy the heck out of it, and then follow me to Sky Talk 206, and I will have an extended Q&A session after that one. As long as you want to ask me questions and buy me alcohol, I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Okay? So, again, there's an interactive demo. Please feel free to do it starting like now. So anybody that wants to wander over and play with it, you'll see the results on that screen over there. So this screen is going to be doing my slides and occasionally perhaps my ugly mug. And on this screen, you're going to have the demo. Okay? If anybody wants to play with the laptop, it's a sterile Windows 7 install. There's not much you're going to get off of it. Please don't test that. I need it for the next demo as well. Okay? So that's all I ask. All right, let's get to work. So, first question is, who the hell is this guy in front of you? All right. As I said, my name is Josh Marpet. There's my Twitter handle and my email, and I've done everything. And if you doubt me, ask my friends. There's several of them right here in the front row. I've literally done just about everything, okay? Everything on that is true. Yes, I am a horse dentist. Yes, I'm an ex-cop, ex-firefighter, and a blacksmith. All right? It's life. I've done it all. I've seen it all. It's kind of interesting. Let's put it that way. As for security convergence zealot, I'm almost scared to see what's going to go on that demo. Dear God. Okay, anyway, feel free to blow up balloons and have fun, and yes, you will look silly, and no, we won't. Oh, wait, yeah, we're going to laugh at you, but anyway. As for security convergence zealot, that's because I believe that physical and logical security or information security are converging at a rapid rate, and anybody that wants to debate me on it, I will happily do so over rum and Coke. Okay, or in my case, rum and Sprite. Anyway, so I have a disclaimer. I work for White Hat Security. This is my talk, however. This is not White Hat. Anybody that knows Jeremiah Grossman knows he tells a hell of a lot better jokes than me. So, this is not my company's talk. I have to put this in, guys. I apologize, but it's the rules. My company goes, "You're giving a talk of your own?" Yes. Disclaimer. Okay. Okay. I like my job. So, this is my stuff. This is not part of White Hat. It's not a product of, representative of. It's not their opinions. Blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. Okay. So, the whole topic of my talk is facts, fictions, and fuck-ups. Let's talk about the facts. Everybody says facial recognition. That's not true. There's actually 3 steps. Okay? 3 steps to actually matching someone to a database. First, we have to find their face. And that's what this demo is. This is a face detection demo. In a picture or a video stream, can you find a face? Then there's face tracking. Can I follow the face? Okay? And then there's facial detection or recognition, facial recognition, which is when can I match the face to my database. Let's go over those steps. So face detection again, is there a face there? How do I identify it? And how do I not give false positives or negatives? As I said, there's the demo. The demo, I'm going to give full credit. This is a commercial. That's awesome. You're not going to see this on the video, but he actually drew eyebrows on the frickin' thing. That's freaking awesome. Tell me if it works, please. I want to know. This is a commercial demo. This is from a company called Pitpat, P-I-T-T-P-A-T-T. Pitpat actually is Pittsburgh Pattern Recognition, which is kind of a cool name. They're based out of Pittsburgh, surprise, surprise. And they do real good face recognition, face detection, face tracking stuff. This, by the way, is what Facebook and Picasa use, I believe. Okay? So they have demos for facial recognition, and I'll be showing you that in a second. How does face detection work? Remember, face detection, face tracking, facial recognition, okay? So how does face detection work? Now, there's a genius guy, hopefully this is going to work. Good, okay. Called Adam Harvey, who designed something called CV Dazzle. Awesome dude, really had a good time with him at Hope a couple weeks ago. He did this to visualize how it works. Now look, okay, can everybody see this? All right, this is a picture of a face. He's in fashion photography, can you tell? And what it's doing is it's doing pattern recognition in a subset of the picture. It's looking for patterns of darks and lights. If you look at your face, you have a dark spot under a lighter spot, because your eye when open is lighter colored than your skin or the shadows on your skin. And it's looking for a lighter stripe, and then another darker spot or line, and then a lighter blob. Okay, that's called the unders of your eyes, and your nose in between. You can see it doing that, and you can actually, as it gets down to her face, you'll see it slow down. Okay, this is known as a Haar cascade. It's cascading little tiny bits at a time. And what it's going to do, I don't believe it does it in this. This is just a visualization. This isn't actually running actual facial detection. Okay, this is so you can see it. It runs so fast you can't see it. But what it does is it runs the entire still. And if it sees a face, it goes, okay, I think there's a face there, and it runs it 3 more times. And if it gets the same or similar results within about a few millimeters of each other, it goes, there's a face there. Okay, does this make sense to everybody? Good, I'm glad. Hey, come on, somebody do a demo. Come on, check it out, man. Seriously. I lugged this laptop all the way here, nobody's playing with it, I'm really annoyed. So anyway, so Adam Harvey did this little video, which is awesome, and I believe it's actually picking out her face now. But you can see how much it slows down when it hits her face, and that's because it's actually starting to pick out her features. It's starting to pick out the patterns and checking them in smaller and smaller cascades to make sure that the patterns match what it believes should be a face. So that's how face detection works. Okay, it's not hard. They tried all sorts of different things before. This is what they finally came up with. They tried polygon matching, but you know what? Take a look around you right now. How many of you have different polygons from the next guy, girl, in between, whatever? All of you. All right? People have long faces, people have wide faces, people have round faces, people have piggy eyes, people have, whatever different features. It's very difficult. But what they figured out was that if you take a small cascade or a small subset of features, you can determine a pattern, a light and dark pattern. These light and dark patterns, when put together and then get done in bigger pieces and bigger pieces and bigger pieces, create a cascade of recognition that actually work really well. Sometimes it doesn't work as well. Let's just say that this, it should start running in a second, is kind of an interesting face. This actually gets detected as depending on when in the sequence it is. Did it run yet? Let's see. Hang on. We're going to run that manually. Bugger. We'll get this. Hang on, everybody. Displays. Mirror. Okay. So that is actually detected as 2 to 4 different faces depending on when you see it. When in the sequence the camera sees it. It's kind of unnerving, actually, watch it work. But basically that is a guy, he paints his face every day. I did it for a year. I'll show you more of him in a second. Okay, go away. Okay, so that's facial detection. That's how do you find a face in a picture. How are we doing over there, by the way? Is anybody able to get it to recognize a balloon? I did it? Awesome. We're going to bring that one up, please. I want to see it. But face tracking is basically, okay, sorry. We did facial detection. Now we're talking about face tracking. Face tracking is actually not that interesting. All it is continuous facial detection. Awesome.
Oh, my bad.
Cute. So basically, they actually drew eyebrows, they drew a hairline, they went pretty significantly far to get it to see a face. So it did lock on for a second with a full border?
Yeah, full border.
Awesome. Okay, so this is the kind of detail you have to go to make it recognize the face. Now you'll notice, even though there's no under eye shadows, there's enough of a pattern here that it can recognize the patterns. Okay? Anyway, stay. So face tracking, as I said, not that interesting. It's just continuous face detection. Now let's get into facial recognition. It's not easy. Okay? Facial recognition is taking the faces you find and checking them against your database. And sometimes if people have made changes in their lives, it's not easy to do. Okay? These are actually the same people in each set of photographs. They're massively unpleasant by the end photograph. This is actually faces of meth. If anybody's ever seen that before, and I really pity these people, please, I'm not denigrating them in any way, shape, or form. This stuff destroys their lives. I'm an ex-cop, like I said, I used to have to deal with them, and believe me, it destroys their lives. But it also destroys their bodies and their faces. If you take a look at them, you'll notice that they're barely recognizable, especially the one in the lower left. From that first picture to that last picture, in the first one she looks like a normal housewife type of person. In the last one, she is like evil incarnate. Okay, it's ugly, people. So these people I feel pity for and I feel bad for. These, not a slight bit, okay? The plastic surgery that they have in these things, I mean, look at Lara Flynn Boyle. That first picture, she's fresh-faced, girl next door. In the last picture, she's like Cruella de Vil. I'm really sorry, but it's the truth, okay? She's like, no. But you can see the differences it makes. Take a look at the lower right. You'll see that that was Restylane, which is a common face filler. They use it to plump up lips and all sorts of different things. And so you can see that actually the patterns of her face. Remember, in face detection, we're talking about patterns of shadow and light, right? So in that Restylane photograph, which by the way is from Restylane, they're actually advertising this as an appropriate and positive thing for you. Frankly, I'm not sure about that. It really is going to change the pattern of light and dark on her face because her lips literally protrude like a frickin' duckbill, okay? So that's my personal like, ugh. But that is going to change the face. And could it actually screw up a facial recognition algorithm? Absolutely. So the moral of the story is go get lots of Restylane. No. Don't do that. All right. So, but I do, by the way, in my next talk, in the legalities talk, I'll tell you how to stay out of the databases if you want to learn that. Irrespectively, there's other kinds of problems with facial recognition. You might have seen this guy. These are just a quick Google image search of Michael Jackson, and they do not look at all alike. I think it's probably because he actually had a Mr. Potato Head face and could actually take features on and off at will. Actually, remember I said that Pitpat, the company that does this face detection demo, does facial recognition as well? I ran one. I ran one with the least characterization. So in other words, it'll find matches from like pigs to dogs, and it couldn't figure out that this was the same person. There is no match there. And you'll notice that the slider's all the way on the left, which is the more false matches, miss fewer matches. It could not figure out that was the same person. It's not even close. So what's the moral here? A lifetime of plastic surgery. Never mind, he still went to jail. So basically, facial recognition can be beaten, and face detection can be beaten, even with a balloon. Irrespectively, what do we care about this? What does it matter? You know, why are these things interesting to people? Why did I apparently fill a ballroom with people looking about facial recognition? Because, you know, this is all part of video analytics. And video analytics is a series of technologies that track vehicles. They read license plates. They check your face against a database. They do all sorts of things. So where is this video analytics and facial recognition and everything else? By the way, I'm sorry, in this slide you'll see that they're actually tracking people, the blue lines in the middle at the top, they're tracking vehicles, where they go, their path. These are all real photos, by the way. This is not a demo. This is actually in systems in use. All sorts of stuff. So where is it going to go? Why do we care? What do I give a crap about facial recognition? Oh, wow, nice job. You got another one. So what do I care about this? Well, I thought of a few different things. And is anybody here going to tell me I'm wrong? Okay? You literally can figure out, I've got, 75% Hispanics in the stadium. Let's change the ads. So it's all about personalization. Now, as InfoSec people, do we talk about personalization and how dangerous that is? I wonder if it's going to be dangerous in the future if people can change their face or change what they're looking at or looking for or whatever. And so this is just